So there's a warble.
There's a what?
A warble. What?
There's a crackle, is what there is. There's a
Okay.
slight crackle, and I don't necessarily know where it's coming from, but that's that. I'm gonna tweet right now. I'm gonna tweet that we're streaming. I thought I muted that. I did
You
not.
twat the hell out of that.
I what?
You twat the hell out of that.
I'm gonna twat it up, Rich. Hello and welcome everybody who can see us, hear us, know us, love us. Welcome to the Monday makeup stream. We hold on. We couldn't stream last night.
We were too busy watching Turbo Kid.
Have you guys seen Turbo Kid? Because you need to go see Turbo Kid.
They're actually just asking me about it in the chat.
Oh, really? It's amazing.
It was loved by all.
It was what?
It was loved by all.
Oh my god, it was an amazing time. And we watched it like on an outdoor like blow up screen thing projecting. It was beautiful. It was
Now,
beautiful.
I haven't seen Kung Fury,
Um,
but I am told it's similar to Kung Fury, only better, more of a story, and more loving to the source material. Is that accurate?
That's incredibly accurate. See, like the problem with Kung Fury is there's this cynical part of Kung Fury where it's almost like the filmmakers are like pretend to be above the material.
Yeah.
And
Whereas in Turbo Kid, they're aspiring to the material.
yes, they
We
are.
love this. We want to make this.
Exactly. It's nothing but love. Turbo Kid is nothing but love for the 80s schlock teen-driven genre. It's amazing. It's just amazing. So everyone go watch Turbo Kid. I don't care. Like I think I saw like you can buy it for like $7 video on demand.
Okay.
Oh, Rich, can you turn on Beefcake's subscriber alert? I can't do that on my Mac.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I see a couple right now. Godfather 42. Thank you for subscribing. Oh my god, and Rich.
And Mario.
And do you see that number behind
42. Thank you for subscribing. Oh my god, I see that number now.
For
Mario 42. 15 months in a row.
Mario has been subscribed to us for 15 months in a row, and that is kind of amazing. Thank you,
And
Mario.
Syrian fart. Thank you for subscribing. We really appreciate it.
It's true. It's true. We really do.
And press B to dick punch.
Press B to Dick Punch.
Thank you
Someone shared with us on
for
Twitter.
subscribing.
We
Really appreciate it.
we really do appreciate it. Someone shared with me on Twitter the other day like a gif of some sort of football match, and one of the footballers punched the other one in the dick, and I loved it. I fucking love it.
John Keeler was at 16 months recently.
I'd absolutely believe that.
Absolutely believe it, and thank you very much.
And thank you very.
Shocked we've been doing it for this long. It's amazing.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah, kind of. Doesn't
Yeah.
feel that.
Of course, Space Cop has a name. His name is Space Cop. He's a cop from the future of space. So the stuff we're working on today is not very exciting, but it just needs to be done. And so we're just, there is this sequence in which Rich is in the Space Cop car and getting out of the car. Obviously, this shot right here is going to be really easy because the car barely moves. If you notice here, I'm scrubbing through the timeline, and the car is barely moving, but it does move a little bit. And so we need to make sure we precisely track that motion. This stuff it won't be as fun as some of the other stuff we were doing. And oh, by the way, I want to let everyone know that I figured out how to get the light bars to tilt. So hopefully one of them will be tilty. I don't know.
Oh, I think I know what scene this is.
You know what scene this is?
Yeah, I'm not saying anything.
No, you can't say anything. I'm only showing you in the car and getting out of the car. I'm not showing
Good.
anything else, of
Good.
course.
I was a little bit. Okay. Okay. Good. Good.
Of course, because
I
we
did
don't
not
want to spoil anything.
not want spoilers.
We don't want people to know that Darth Vader is your father. And that Darth Vader was dead the whole time.
Mhm.
And that Darth Vader was dead the whole time because Snape killed him. These are these are all my spoilers.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know what to tell you. And as per last time,
When does the flaming humpback whale land on me?
oh my God, Rich! So many people are going to be upset about our Metal Gear Solid video.
I love the gameplay. So suck it. Suck it.
The gameplay is so much fun. So
The
much fun.
the universe, the story is not,
Yeah.
but
The gameplay is
Yeah.
all that. I agree. You know, Rich, I agree. Nope, this one. The gameplay each and this is something we were saying, right? Is like each individual mission is so much fun. Like planning out the mission, doing all the sneaky stuff, it's super great. The only problem is it's very repetitive. And there's no overarching story or world.
you know what? We'll get into that later.
And we'll get into that later.
We'll get into that later.
I'm sure we're going to get into it very, very much later.
Mr. Bean A says, Rich, I just finished Mass Effect 3 for the first time.
Uh-huh.
Talk me down from the ledge. No, you know what? I fucking warned you. I've been warning you for 2 goddamn years, and if you didn't want to listen to me, well, fuck you now. Jump, goddammit, jump. Feel that depression that I felt and warned you about, and let that soak in. That you had a chance to avoid it,
Right.
chose not to. Just let that soak in.
Oh, getting my next program up and running here. Right. I mean, maybe they're a new listener and they don't know your feelings on Mass Effect 3. That could be a thing, right?
Yeah, well, then you should have listened sooner. Yeah, I got no sympathy. You're late to the ball game. What's that deal?
That's terrible.
Just walked into class 20 minutes late.
Yep.
You know, teacher's gonna single you out now. I'm sorry.
Krieger asks what I'm drinking. A very important question. I'm drinking an OGII, which is a tea-infused WHIT, W-I-T, from Milwaukee Brewing Company, and it's a fantastic beverage. It has a picture of Godzilla on the can, and I think it's great. Tea-infused WHIT. I don't necessarily know what that means, but,
Okay.
tea-infused WHIT. There we go. Here we go. And also, once again, in case it's a little low, I'm listening to both Hexadecimal and the Risk of Rain soundtrack by Chris Christodoulou because it's my favorite music to listen to while working. And yeah, let's do that. And you know what? I'm just feeling good. I'm just feeling good about working. I've been playing so much Metal Gear lately that, like I've been putting and I haven't had much other work to do.
Yeah.
So it's just like I feel good about it. I feel good about getting back into it. Let's see if this leaf is going to be an issue. Yeah. Ooh. Look at this. Look at this, everybody. Here's the super fun part. Is this leaf will get in the way for exactly 2 frames. And so for those 2 frames, we're going to have to mask out the leaf. That's fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Huh?
Just 2 frames. That can't be that bad.
No, no, it won't be that bad, but it's, it's fun. More so.
Oh, Jack, I know you have opinions on this. Somebody is
Oh,
asking.
I have opinions on a lot of things.
Telgan says, I am considering getting Final Cut or Premiere Pro. Which should I get? Jack?
I have not used Final Cut X, the new Final Cut. And I've heard some good things about it. I have. I use Premiere, and of course, I really love it. The question is whether or not you're going to be doing After Effects-y stuff. This is the real question. Are you going to ever want to use After Effects? Because, Apple has its own After Effects type program called Motion. I don't even know if Motion still exists, to tell you the truth. But that's the real question. Are you going to use After Effects? Because if you are going to use After Effects, then get Premiere. The integration between After Effects and Premiere is wonderful.
You can switch back and forth on the fly, right?
You edit, you get your scene together, right? And then you clump all your clips and say, send these clips over to After Effects, and poof, they're over in After Effects, right? And then you do all your compositing work, all of your special effects work, and that automatically updates back in your Premiere timeline. So then you can just continue editing. Oh, you know what? I kind of want to change this effect. Go into After Effects, change the effect, and boom, it's updated in your Premiere timeline. Premiere. I really enjoy the Adobe Suite, and for $50 a month, you not only get Premiere and After Effects, but you get their audio editing software, you get Photoshop, you get Illustrator, you get everything for $50 a month. So to me, it's incredibly worth it to be a Creative Cloud member. Where is my?
Jack, I'm trying to change the stream.
Oh my god! I forgot to change the stream name.
Would you say we are playing After Effects?
I believe it's a creative.
Creative?
You want to say you're playing creative?
Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry, everyone. I wasn't thinking. Rich, I wasn't thinking.
It's okay. It's okay. It's updated. It's all fine. It's all good.
Thank you. What are you doing? Oh, this isn't gonna work at all. What are you doing, Mocha?
Jack, what are your thoughts on Avid?
I've never touched an Avid.
I know at least at one point they cost as much as a new car. Avid isn't a program; it's a system. It's everything. Right?
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
That's like what they use for the Hollywood films, right?
Yeah. And I have never touched an Avid, so I have. Oh crap! I have absolutely no say in Avid. I used to work in Final Cut up until Final Cut 7, which is, the one everyone worked in. And then when they switched over to Final Cut X, I wasn't happy with it. They didn't have a lot of the things that I was used to pro editor wise. And I started looking into Premiere and just kind of made the switch cold turkey. Started editing videos right in Premiere, and it was a hard learning curve. It's different,
Yeah. You still haven't sold Jay.
You know why? He's holding. I don't know what he's holding out for. Whoa.
It's not for lack of trying either.
Oh, on selling Jay?
You guys talk. It comes up
every single time. Jay has edited a few things in Premiere. But to him, he doesn't see the benefit. If he keeps editing with Premiere, you'll see that benefit.
Okay.
Because the real thing is this doesn't matter for Final Cut X, but for Final Cut 7, for the thing that Jay and Mike use, it's only a 32-bit software, which means it's only using half of the RAM they have installed. Whereas Premiere is a 64-bit software, and it can utilize the whole machine, and so they'll see a performance boost immediately, or they should at least. How can I track this? Yes, that moves slightly.
So you stop asking. I have not played the Thief reboot. I see no reason to. It seems significantly different and dumb enough that I have no interest in it. I actually have. I own a copy because I like saw it on sale for like $2 or something comical once.
Hmm.
I don't remember if it was a Humble Bundle or what, but I got it for like a couple dollars. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take that.
Oh, sure. And I know you're a big fan of the Thief series.
I'm a big fan of the originals. Yes, really, the first two are just amazing.
Hmm. Did you play it at all, or you just haven't touched it because you don't care?
The new one, I haven't touched it. It's like sitting there. It's like maybe someday if I'm curious, I'll pick it up. It looks linear and dumb.
Hmm.
Brown. It looks brown. Like the first two, it's like the universe is almost like an Alice in Wonderland fun world. I mean, it's got steampunk mixed with more standard magic fantasy, some medieval elements, and yet it all comes together in a cohesive whole. It's just a beautiful universe with some wonderful factions and whatnot.
Oh, that's great.
And then like the new one's like just brown, straight up just medieval. Uh, they got rid of the hammers, the Hammerites, who were like,
Oh, yeah, you loved those Hammerites.
God, they were so fun. Religious fanatics that basically worship like carpentry and construction.
Yeah, I love that. Jack, as an owner of Final Cut Pro X who wants more creative tools, is it worth the $50 a month for Creative Suite Cloud? Well, that's the question is, do you earn at least $50 a month? And, you've already paid for a pro editing software, right? And so you should, obviously just try to get your money's worth out of that. But I think the big question for a lot of people is, do you earn $50 a month in editing and graphic design and in using these tools? And if you don't, then you might not need them. Like for me, the answer is yes. I use them every day, and I love them. And I've also tailored my workflow to use the Adobe suite, which is the other thing. And if you're tailored to Final Cut X, then that's your thing. I'm not hating on Final Cut X. I think I hear they've made a lot of good strides recently, in fact. But, it's not what I use. Where? Oh, did I get rid of it? I did.
What?
What? Don't worry about it. Rich, don't even worry about it.
Oh, I worry about everything. That's just my nature.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you
So what are you doing with the Space Cop logo with After Effects? What are you enhancing there?
go. Well, I'm not enhancing anything. What I'm doing here is I wasn't getting the light bars. The story with these green tubes on top of the car is Jay and Mike didn't know what they wanted for your lights on top.
Yeah.
And so they said, fuck it, just cover it in green and that'll be easy to, cover up later, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Jay, decided he wanted the lightsabers.
Yeah.
And green is really nice for chroma-ing, but for tracking, it's one solid color with no variation. And so there's not a lot of information here to track.
Okay.
But your Space Cop logo and the door handles, a lot of varying colors, a lot of jagged edges.
Oh, so you're just going to track the motion with that.
Exactly. So now if I line up my track surface here using the information from this, it should move roughly the same. Yes.
Yes.
And it does.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
That makes sense. So, like in hindsight, if they could have put some X's on here.
So we should have done like a checker pattern.
A checker pattern would have been phenomenal for tracking, yeah. But, they just didn't know. They just didn't know, and that's fine. There's a reason in big Hollywood movies that, the VFX supervisor is usually on set, so he can tell people, like, oh, we're gonna need a lot more of something else. Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Also, chat. Yes, there is a best of the worst in editing right now, though they take a while to edit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of work on those.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a good one.
You know, we had fun. We had a lot of fun
Yeah.
that day. So I'm going to say it's a good one. Okay, great. This looks good. This looks good. What is this? Bar. Great. Admiral Back Bar. Am I right? Totally.
Admiral Fart Bar? What?
Fart Bar? Fuck butt.
Also, no, it's not a wheel episode. Full on regular episode. Regular episode.
Mm-hmm. A doozer. It is a doozer. Say front bar. Front bar. And link it to back bar.
Tiberius Kirk predicts you having to highlight the feathered edges of the leaf.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. There's motion blur and it's out of focus. And so the fun part is in After Effects making the mask blur along with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to make sure that the light bar peeks through but is also obscured.
Yeah.
So.
It's not like a solid line, right? Right.
Yeah, I don't. Those are fun challenges, I think. Great. Okay, save. Booyah! We're making so much progress. You know what? I didn't play Luigi's Mansion 2 on 3DS because I don't have a 3DS, and I really want a 3DS.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I think about getting a 3DS with a capture out. You can like order a fancy 3DS that has its own USB capture out as a business expense, but it's like, if we ever wanted to do it for the show, then we would need two of them, or we would need to trade off. And that's just.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just that. It's just not. It doesn't make any logistical sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I completely forgot what I was gonna say.
And you were probably going to mention something about not liking handheld games.
Oh yeah, well you predicted that. I'm just not. I wasn't gonna say hate. I'm not really a handheld guy. It doesn't get my motor running.
I know that about you. What was I gonna do?
It just seems like typically you get lesser versions of a console or PC game, with a handheld.
No. There's some pretty good handhelds out there. Some pretty good. Obviously, I'm a handheld gamer, so I'm a little biased.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a new version of Mocha Import. By the way, everybody, hold on to your tits. There's. Oh, no, that's not what I want.
Yeah.
That's not what I want. Cancel. Tracking data. Corner bin.
And yes, Telecon. I actually do like the Armored Skeptic. I know. I've seen him comment on our videos. I know he's a fan. So that's neat.
The Armored Skeptic?
He's a YouTube guy. He does atheist themed videos, and I think he also does some other stuff too, like regular movies or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I've seen those. Armored Media.
Oh, okay. Cool. Corner. I do. Oh, do I have to? We are now listening to the Risk of Rain soundtrack. And I know it's terrible for you, Rich, because you can't listen along. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
But what I want to clipboard. Okay, apply. Oh, no, cancel. Jesus Christ. I almost ruined everything. If you can believe that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can believe that.
So I've got a question for the chat. In a turn of events, a shocking twist from the norm. Uh,
All right.
I'm curious how people feel about this. I have recently heard a rumor that Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, is going to have a post-credit sequence advertising Rogue One, teasing. How does how does everybody feel about that? Because I mean, even even the prequels were like slavishly devoted to the format
Mm-hmm.
of the original trilogy. You know, you still have the Fox logo. You still got the same opening crawl, regular standard credits,
You
and
know,
now they'll break with that because Disney's gonna pressure to advertise Rogue One because that's what's popular. That's what they think people like.
does it really matter? I guess is my question.
You know, and on one hand, it doesn't. On the other hand, every fucking Star Wars movie has had like the same opening crawl, the same 20th Century Fox. Like didn't George Lucas basically just make some kind of distribution deal with Fox just so he could shove the Fox logo in front of that?
I have no idea.
Isn't that what happened there?
Oh no, I don't know that much about it. That would be very silly if that was true.
I don't know if they're going to. It's a rumor I have heard.
I mean, I'm okay with it. You know, it's just because it doesn't matter. You know, the only thing the only thing that bothers me about it is committing themselves to this shared universe and not thinking that I don't know if they have their shit together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Marvel, that faggy guy, Jeff Faggy or whatever his name is.
Oh, okay.
Feige, what's his name?
I thought you were just being.
Oh, you thought I was just being terribly homophobic?
I thought Phobic Jack suddenly was born. My first.
No, no.
Yeah, it's a faggy guy. He wants to put it.
No. Feige, what's his name? Feige.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Sorry, everyone. No. That Fiji guy had a vision, you know, for every one of them. And I don't think Star Wars has their shit together in that department. And so, you know, the post-credit teaser says that they have their shit together, but obviously they don't. Is I guess all I'm saying. And I'm just gonna not talk anymore about.
People worry too much about the stupid post-credit teasers.
It's
They
fun.
didn't used to be teasers. They used to just be fun little things, you know? Am I wrong about that?
No, they were always like, you know,
Were
like,
they always an advertisement for the next thing?
you know, it was always a like a, yeah, it was a wink to something more.
I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, I mean, it's just Howard the Duck. I mean, that's not teasing anything. That's just a joke.
Well, that's Guardians. That's they're kind of outskirts of the universe. But you know, the first Iron Man, when Nick Fury comes, you know, when we first meet Nick Fury, like, yeah, that's a here we go. That is a for realsies.
People in the chat are joking about the Marvel universe being joined with the Star Wars universe. Can you though imagine a day in the future once you know both franchises are starting to get worn into the ground by Disney, and can you not imagine a day where just to generate buzz they have a crossover movie, and then you see, you know, like Darth Vader versus you know, Thor, and Iron Man versus Boba Fett. Now, this huge crossover movie. Is this not something that might possibly happen?
I'm down. Why not?
Like Phase 8. Yes, Death Star versus Galactus. It would actually be kind of awesome. If only they owned Galactus, but they don't.
What the fuck? What did I do wrong? Rich, what did I do wrong?
I don't know, but the lightsaber's going all over the place.
That oh, time to stand up. That lightsaber is going all over the place. What is going on? This is how I figured out how to make it bounce. Is
It's
what
like
I'm,
an Infinity Gem will like blow up in one of the last Avengers movies, and will open like a rift. And, and the Marvel heroes will end up getting sucked into the Star Wars. Meanwhile, like a Star Destroyer or something will come and bother Earth, and then you'll have like two different stories. You'll have like the Avengers trying to like escape the Death Star or get out of Coruscant and back to Earth, and then you'll have like the other heroes who are left on Earth trying to deal with this Star Destroyer that has landed, and Imperial walkers are coming out, and they're trying to like storm the White House.
I like it all. What the ever-loving F?
For somebody who who doesn't like think of the Star Wars universe as being sacred, you know what? I'm all for it. It sounds like a lot of dumb fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm down. I guess it all depends on how desperate they are.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well, I mean, sooner or later, I mean, they're going to be running these franchises into the ground. It'll be like a last gasp.
yeah. So for everyone wondering what I'm doing here, the way I figured out how to make the light bars bounce is back here in Mocha, you can see I made my bars in the center here, my boxes in the center here, and so the one corner is right in the center, and the back corner is right in the back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then those follow the exact movement of where I want the bars. And so then back in After Effects, what I do here is I take my lightsaber, and the lightsaber has a start position and an end position. And I can pick whip, which is this thing, and basically the pick whip just says, follow whatever you link it to. So I pick whip it over to those corners of these things, and that should basically make it stick to those corners. But for some reason, it's not. But I guess I just have to adjust it over here. That's fine. So, okay. Well, okay. I guess I just have to do that. So in any case, that's how I figured out the whole bouncing problem is by linking them to the corners of the box here, because then this box will follow if there's any bounce or rotation, which is really, really great. So that's all I have.
Len Flazinski wants to know if we have any advice for his senior year of high school.
Senior year of high school?
If I read that right, the comment has scrolled up a while ago. Any advice for my senior year of high school? Yeah, don't get attached to anything.
Or anybody.
Learn to start letting go, because after high school, everything is different. None of the things that seem important or matter now in the immediate future are it's not worth anything.
Nope.
Like you're going to like 90% of the people you call friends, yeah, you're going to see them like 2 more times in your entire life. In like 10 and 15 years, you'll see them once. And you won't give a shit.
And that's the real thing.
That's not even a bad thing, too, because the people in high school, the ones who matter most, the most important people, you'll find a way to stay in contact with them. The people who are real, you'll learn who your real friends are. Because like I still talk to Mike.
Right. Oh, right.
Went to high school with Mike.
But that's
Karen, I went to high school with Karen.
The
Everyone
real
else
thing
in high school, I don't know what they're doing now, and I don't care.
is you will not care, and that's something that you can't even fathom right now. Is like, of course, these are my friends. I see these people every day, but you're forced to see them every day because you go to the same school.
Yes.
And then once you leave and you're not forced to see them every day, a whole new world opens up to you. Like, oh, I don't have to see that guy. He's kind of a dick. That's great. You know what that is? That's great. I like that. Great. All right. I got one barring. Yeah, and college, for the little college that I went to. I went to a little college. Is incredibly different, and more so life. Everyday life is incredibly different than high school, and it's wonderful. So enjoy.
I think it's one of the few times in your life where suddenly one day later everything is different.
Huh? Yeah, I guess that's true.
It's like I've got a high school reunion coming up. I didn't want to go. I know Karen might want to go, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Don't even humor her. There's no good reason to go to a high school reunion. There is no good reason. Anyone you cared about in high school, you are still talking to.
Yeah.
Everyone else doesn't matter in your life. So I'm hereby empowering you not to listen to Karen. Hey, listen to Jack give terrible advice. No, it's.
I didn't go to my 10-year reunion, but it was kind of ridiculous. I think it was like $100 to have a plate at wherever they were, eating, wherever the gathering was. It was $100 to get in.
That's stupid.
It's like I'm not paying $100 to see a bunch of people I don't care if I ever see again.
Right.
I get to see how everyone's old and fat, and I'm also old and fat. Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah, we're all old and fat. That's great. Glad I came here. Where's the fucking exit? Is that toilet outside?
Right. No, and high school was a ton of fun, and high school became a ton of fun as soon as I started to realize that nothing I did there mattered. Then it was like, oh, this is a fantastic time.
Rich can show off his internet fame. I don't care enough about these people to want to show off my Z-list internet celebrityness.
Right?
Yeah.
Z-list. I mean, you're at least X.
Maybe.
I don't know how those numbers work. That looks pretty good.
Len Fonzinski says, I already hate almost everyone in my grade. Well, that's good, because like I said, you're never going to see these people again. After the relationship you have with your classmates becomes completely irrelevant unless you actually want to hang out with these people afterwards and go out of your way to do so.
Right. Oh, yeah. No, the people who I still see and hang out with that I went to high school with, are very good friends, and that was my decision, and that was the most lovely part of it. Is it's your decision after that. All right, this looks pretty good.
Rich, you sound very pre-Groundhog Day. You should take some piano lessons. See, here's the thing.
Wait, I don't understand. I don't
Bill
understand the
Murray in
reference.
Groundhog Day didn't care about anybody but himself. I just don't care about 90% of the people I went to high school with. I care for humanity in general, and I care for the people in my life who are close to me. So I don't need to relive the same day over and over again to learn a valuable lesson about caring. The most cruel lesson you could possibly learn. to be stuck in that time loop.
Right?
Here's the thing about Groundhog's Day too. Groundhog Day. It's like he's out of that time loop now, right?
Yeah.
But like, relatively speaking, how old is Bill Murray at the end of Groundhog Day? Like, is he like 4,000 years old?
Well,
Like the rest of his life, the rest of that character, Bill Murray's character's life,
Uh-huh.
it's gonna like go by so fucking quick. It's gonna feel like the blink of an eye.
Relatively, I'm sure. But I mean, that's the thing is how, you know, of course, you know, character-wise or movie-wise, he went through, you know, hell in order to learn a lesson, but also he came through with an incredible set of skills.
Yeah, and it's gonna be by and relative to him, it's gonna go by in a blink.
Right.
Oh fuck, I'm aging now. Oh god, I only got 20 years.
I'm aging now.
Harold Ramis said he's 10,000 years old.
Is that the official number?
That's what somebody is saying. I know it's a while.
Oh yeah, I mean I want to say he's. I mean I don't think it's 10,000, but it's. I think it's like years.
It's more than just years.
You think it's more than just years?
Well, somebody at some point like did like the math on how long it would take to become an expert ice carver, how long it would take to become a great pianist, all these things he learns, and how long it would take, and it's even in the best case scenario, he's like hundreds of years old, I think.
Oh, that is sad.
Yeah.
That is sad. Okay, so what I'm doing here, for everyone who wants to know, is I'm going to try to use the feather tool to specifically, you know, now I'm working on getting that leaf to look right, which is going to be difficult.
Mm.
And so what I'm thinking here is if I use the feather tool and kind of give a good feather radius, but then take the expansion in. Yeah, like that. There we go. That kind of works. Kinda. I want to go like. What's negative 15 look like? Ooh, that's better. That's better.
Rich, do you care more for RLM fans than you do for your high school class? Yeah. Yeah, I don't care.
You people
at
are
all.
great.
I don't care at all about my high school class except for like 2 people.
Oh wait, mask path. Desaturate the bar below it. What, Colonel Rich Mustard?
It seems weird that there would be a shadow on a glowing thing.
Yeah, but you kind of need that to.
Can you lessen it?
I can lessen it.
Okay.
I can and I will lessen it. Here we go. This is looking good though for our first frame of the leaf. I don't know if you can see that, and then we have to animate it a little bit over here.
What are my general thoughts on Frank Miller? Do I think he's overrated?
Frank Miller?
I'm not. You know what? I'm not as familiar with some of his recent stuff, which everybody tells me is batshit crazy. I'm only really familiar with like classic Frank Miller, with his early Sin City stuff, with Dark Knight Returns, with Year One, some of his Daredevil stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I even like RoboCop 2. So I'm still fond of Frank Miller, though I keep being told he's a crazy man now. I just haven't ended up reading much of his recent stuff.
Maybe that's the moral of the story: is don't read his recent stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty cool. Zoom out a little bit. Yeah. Obviously, it's just 2 frames. No one is ever going to notice this. But you would notice it if the leaf went behind the light bars.
Yes.
That's the real thing. And so really, as long as it goes over a little bit, and it does, that actually holds a fair amount of that blurriness to it. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with this. Okay, so now let's see what we can do to the light bar to lessen the effects of the... Oh, and I see a little green peeking out over there, so we need to change that.
My favorite Garth Ennis work besides Preacher, well, his Punisher stuff was pretty good. I never read Hitman, so I don't know how good Hitman is.
He wrote Hitman?
Well, the comic book Hitman.
Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now we want to diminish the glow effect. Is our thought, right? That's our thought. Let's see here. I didn't...
Have I played any of the Hitman games? I kind of played the first one, and I really liked it, but my computer was a piece of shit at the time.
Oh.
And it would take like an individual level, like literally 25 to 35 minutes to load.
Oh, yuck.
I didn't have very much RAM, apparently, and I think every time you died, it would want to reload the whole level. So as much as I loved what was going on, it was too big a pain in the ass to play it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my only real experience with the Hitman series.
I want to say, like, I played that first Hitman game. I think everybody did, and it was like, it's fine. I played it on a console, whatever. But am I gonna put any Easter eggs? Oh, I should. I should put a little thing somewhere. Ooh, that's a good idea. But we can't. We can't tell Jay, okay? I'm sure Jay is here right now listening, but nobody tell Jay that we're gonna put an Easter egg. Oh, it'll have to be really subtle. That's a good idea. We should put an Easter egg somewhere in the effects, Rich.
Yeah.
We should. Oh my God, Phoenix! I'm not gonna put spikes in. That's it. I'll put a Showbiz Pizza Bear somewhere in. That's exactly it, Mario.
I don't think this is an authorized Easter egg. I don't know how I feel about this.
You won't even notice. You won't even notice. I'm gonna put a Showbiz Pizza Bear somewhere in the movie. You'll never even notice it. People listening to this stream will notice it, and yes, somewhere. And I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna show you where I'm gonna put it in, so you guys won't know. But I will put a Showbiz Pizza Bear somewhere in Space Cop.
Chat's asking more about my older computers and how good they were. Like when Doom came out,
Mm-hmm.
and I was a big fan of Wolfenstein, so I was fucking stoked for Doom. But I didn't even have a Pentium. Like that was a big deal back then when the first Pentiums came out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, how you could like shrink down the window size. I was like playing Doom, the shareware Doom, on like this little tiny like 2-inch by 3-inch window, because that was the only way I could get it to run smoothly.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Not really.
We do what we can. I remember it like being on a business trip once and bringing my laptop with, and I really wanted to play TF2 or something, And so just turning the resolution down to something insane like Nintendo 64 resolution to play Team Fortress 2 on my laptop in a hotel.
Yeah.
And it was, we do what we can, Rich.
Chat is saying you didn't need a Pentium for Doom. Look, whatever I had when Doom came out was a piece of shit, okay? It certainly wasn't a Pentium, but it certainly was a piece of shit.
Doesn't Doom now, like, didn't they just get Doom to run on an ATM?
Might have.
But your computer, it couldn't handle it. Is basically what you're saying.
I mean, like, barely. Barely.
All right, I'm doing a RAM preview now to see how this looks.
Some of the smaller levels without much going on. I think, I could run a little bit bigger window with shit resolution.
Ooh, Stick Lords, that's a good idea too, is I should just literally put an Easter egg somewhere, like a painted egg. Like a literal Easter egg as an Easter egg. Has that been done? I don't know.
I'm sure that happens all the time. It's the most obvious joke when you can't think of anything else to do for an Easter egg. That's the most derivative Easter egg that's ever happened. I'm very disappointed.
Yeah? Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Why don't you put like a little tiny Waldo somewhere?
A little Waldo?
Yeah.
I guess I could. Here's my only... Well, no. I mean, we're doing showbiz. So here's my problem, is it's not matching the movement. Why isn't it matching the movement, Rich?
I'm not seeing movement match stuff on my screen right now, so I don't know.
The car
I don't know what it's doing.
It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, I'll tell you that.
Chad is suggesting a reflection of the pizza bear in the window.
No, I'm not doing it in any of... I won't put the pizza bear in any of the shots that you see me work on, because then you'll know where it is.
I wouldn't do it in this scene. This scene's good enough.
Right. No, it's going to be so subtle that very few, like, no one would notice it while watching, obviously, and even people looking for it might not find it.
For the record, this shot you're looking at is part of my favorite scene in the film.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think I like that sequence.
All right. We have a small issue here. We have a small issue. Hold on. Where's my corners? Do my corners match? Pause. Pause to see how much of a dummy Jack is. That might be a huge dummy. What? No, those move. Okay, so these are my corner pins. You know, these are my templates, and you see like the corner pins move with the cars.
Okay.
And my light bars are linked to the corner pins, but the light bars don't move with the cars.
I can't help you at all.
Oh no, and I know you can't. I'm just trying to. I'm just talking it through, Rich. Yeah, you can see the car move, but the light bars do not. That is upsetting. It's upsetting because they're supposed to be. Oh, this might be my problem. Oh man, front saber.
I'm going to say definitely that's 100% the problem, yes.
Whatever it is I'm talking about is 100%.
Whatever that thing you're talking about, yes.
Great. I think you're right. by the way. What is happening here? Gosh darn it. And you know, the real thing is I'm overthinking this all. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do, Rich. This is
Okay.
way easier. Because I don't need to worry about bounce on these. I just kind of wanted to show people like how I solved the bounce problem.
Yeah.
But apparently I don't remember how I did that. It's been a while since I've worked on these.
Okay.
But this is how I solve the bounce problem, right? But I don't need that. I just need the tracking data. I just need the raw back and forth transform data. Copy to clipboard. Boom. And get myself one of them null objects. Boom. And then paste that transform data. Jaboom. There it is. So now that null follows it. And so then we take our front saber and unlink it. Boom, boom. Okay, cool. Do 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 do. There you go, right there, and right there, and then we take the front saber and pick whip it to the null. So now that'll match, and we do the same for the back saber. Back saber, we say. Also.
What?
Oh my god. You know what? I know what I did wrong. I accidentally put in a keyframe.
Oh my God! How? Oh, Jack. Jack.
Rich. Not helping. I just want you know that I know what I did wrong. I accidentally put in a keyframe, and that means that it was staying still when it should have been moving. So that was my bad.
Would you appear in Len Kabazinski's Bite of the Mummy? Holy fuck, yes.
Oh my god, yes.
Yes, 1,000 times over, yes.
If Len would have us. Of course, yes. Of course, yes. Okay, great. So now things should be looking all right. Do another preview. It was the keyframes bad. That was exactly the problem. Yep, I accidentally hit the keyframe button, which made them stay still when they were supposed to be following the other thing. So it was my fault because I clicked the keyframe button. But exactly. Huggy Snuggle says, "How is that even a question? If Len needs help with
it's
anything,
not up to us.
No, yeah.
Not at all up to us.
Yeah."
Len put in his movie who Len wants to put in Len's movie.
Exactly. And if he wants us involved in any way, of course I will help Len out. Len was such a great guy. Oh, I can see my bar is looking a little wonky already, but that's fine. I can fix that. Oh, good. Old Chris says, as a programmer, that was very similar to tracking down a bug in your code. I'm sure it's very similar. You know, you do so many little ticks here and there, check this box here, move this thing over here, and it's just like, what did I do wrong somewhere? That's usually what After Effects is. I did something wrong somewhere, and I need to find out what, or just say fuck it and start over. almost done. We'll see if this scene works out. Oh, that's a good question, Telegon. Rich, when will RLM buy Disney?
Never.
Never. Yeah, that's the correct answer.
What would it the question is, what would it cost to buy Disney?
To buy
What
Disney?
Godly amount of money would it cost to purchase Disney?
I mean, ungodly amounts is the only answer that there is. It would cost ungodly amounts of money to buy Disney. Disney owns everything.
Would it approach $1 trillion?
It would. What's the next one? Quadrillion?
No, I'm serious. Would it approach $1 trillion? $1 trillion is a gigantic number.
Oh, I mean, no. It would have to be more than that because like.
I think trillion is still absurd.
Oh, trillion is absurd, but even trillion, like we're talking about a company that does billions a year.
Yeah.
So, you want to buy them outright. You got to talk, what's the next big number? What's the next ludicrous number? And I think that's quadrillion. No, Disney does not go quietly into the night.
What all do they own now too? They got Star Wars, they got Marvel, they got the classic Disney characters, the classic Disney movies.
They own ABC.
They own the Herbie the Love Bug license. That's a big one.
They own ESPN.
Do they own ESPN?
Oh yeah, ESPN has I want to say always or for a very long time has been owned by Disney. They own everything. What do Disney all own? But I mean, nothing matters. Like, right? They have Star Wars, they have Marvel, they have Pixar, Muppets. They have ESPN. They own entertainment, right?
Yeah. Tron. They own Tron.
Oh, that cash cow Tron.
Tron is within RLM's reach, I think.
You want to buy Tron from Disney?
Yeah.
Maybe, you see.
It'd be nice to buy something. Yeah. I like Tron.
The real question is...
But I like Tron.
What would it take, for Disney to buy RLM? And the answer is very little, I'm sure. They own... Forbes says Disney is worth $180 billion.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Oh,
if
sure.
not slightly low.
Well, they're worth $180 billion, but that's just like what they do in a year. So they're making $180 billion every year. Disney owns ILM, of course. No, it's insane. Disney owns everything entertainment, and I mean, I guess they're doing a good job at it. But when do we hit the point of monopoly?
I don't know.
And do we care if they keep putting out good stuff? I guess not, right? And it's not just about movie rights, but merchandising. Wasn't that the big give with the Sony hacks? Is everyone at Sony hates the Spider-Man movies?
Yeah.
Because the movies never did terribly well in the box office, and they never made any money off of merchandising. Compared to cost. And
I still think they did okay.
Oh, they did okay.
Everyone made like 700 million.
Yeah, but they cost however many $100 million to make, and Sony didn't get a cut of
Globally.
merchandising. And that's the big thing, merchandising.
I'm sure merchandising is the big thing, but saying the movies were unsuccessful, I don't buy that at all.
I'm saying relatively.
Spending 180 million to make a Spider-Man movie, you're gonna make 700 million globally. No.
But I don't think they cared about
Money
that.
hand over fist. I don't even know. You know, as shitty as the Amazing Spider-Man movies were,
Yeah.
I don't know why the fuck they partnered up with Disney for the Marvel movies. Because they were still doing gangbusters money-wise. As depressing as that was.
I don't know if they were doing as well as they thought they were going to do. And I think that they understood that there was more money to be made in other...
Anybody who's disappointed when your movie grosses $700 million, you're doing something wrong.
Well, yes, and they were doing something wrong. They
Horribly
made
wrong.
the Amazing Spider-Man movies. That was something really wrong.
Because you don't need to spend that much to make a movie as bad as The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I didn't even see that one. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 was so terrible. I couldn't see 2.
John Carpenter could pull off a superior movie for like $5 million.
Yep. There we go. Now my light bars are moving right. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm not happy in general. And this is something that, I just need to fix overall. Like, I'm not super happy with how the light bars look in the world,
Yeah.
Just because they're lightsabers. They're just glowing. They're glowing things. So I'm going to take my sabers here and put some motion blur on them. That'll help a little bit.
Chat is saying that domestically, the Spider-Man movies were making less and less, which, it happens with every franchise, for one. For second, look at the global numbers. Because, the global box office has been taking off since...
Oh, God, that's all people care about is those global box office numbers now. Yeah.
I think the global total more than made up for it.
I think you should let some light leak behind that leaf if you want to do anything else in that shot. I don't know if it needs it, We get some good coverage behind the leaf, and it never gets, if the leaf was going more behind it, like right here, you can't, here, let me get my mouse here. Like right here, you can see good coverage with decent leaking, light leaking. That I'm fairly happy with. I don't know if it needs anything else big.
And just so everybody's ready for it, I'm going to read off some subscribers.
Subscribers!
First, I'm going to mention real quick. Somebody in the chat wants a free flow combat Star Wars game, and my response: you're never going to top Jedi Knight 2 when it comes to Star Wars games. Okay, that's what they need to be aiming for, not free flow. They need to do Jedi Knight 2 again.
Ooh, no, as a Jedi Knight free flow combat. I mean, it makes sense, right?
Jedi Knight 2 is fucking awesome.
I'm just saying, like, for free flow combat, it would make sense for a Jedi anticipating attacks.
I'd rather have the free flow lightsaber of Jedi Knight 2, where it didn't need a stupid system. You just ran around and you hacked the fuck out of stormtroopers. That was fucking great. That's my thoughts on that. The Star Wars games, as far as action games go, peaked with Jedi Knight 2.
Well,
All right. Subscribers! Crackerman 526.
Crackerman.
Mr. Shy Smile. Gramdolph. Hello,
Dolph?
Gram with an M. Gramdolph, like Gandalf, but like Grandma Grandolph.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Madraco.
What?
Hello, Draco. I'm just like, hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. You get it? Did like a thing. It didn't work. Emery 801. MC Lucas.
Wicca.
What? What?
I was wicking. I was like
okay.
scratching the turntables for MC Lucas.
Papa Zuzu. Optimus No. Spaxpore,
Spaxmore.
Spaxpore,
Spaxmore.
Mr. Glitch, and Biffopotamus. Thank you for subscribing. We really appreciate it. Okay, and hello Draco, 13 months. MC Lucas, 15. You're a little bit late. You're a little bit late on that because you would have gotten all the praise that was given out earlier for the 15 months, but
That's true, yeah.
I forgot who it was.
I
Who was
remember,
that
well,
with the 15 months earlier? Who was that? John Kilo had the 16.
John Kilo has the 16 months, and I want to say it was another. Who had the 15? I just don't.
I forgot. It was before I had the Twatcher going.
That was like an hour and a half ago, Rich. I have no idea what's going on.
I know. We have the memory.
I have
Memory of
no
that.
idea what's going
And,
on. All right.
Biffopotamus with 14. But thank you all for subscribing. We really appreciate it. Yeah, Mario. It was Mario.
Mario. There you go. That's what it was. It's true. We really do appreciate it. What happens?
Mr. Shy Smile has 11. Yes. Look, Mr. Shy Smile, you got 11, but look, come on, let's be honest. You're going up against 15. 15, 16, and 14, and you got 11. You came up short, my friend. You came up short. I like you, Mr. Shy. Your eyes around. I see you all the time, but everyone else got you beat by like 3 months. I can't sell that. I can't sell that.
Yep.
It's an inferior number. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that.
We have to let you go. It's business.
Well, wait, we don't have to let him go.
We don't?
I mean, he can still hang around.
Oh, okay, you're fine. You're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.